Hey guys, this will be the last video tonight for the Gen 6 454 for the 25 Corsair. I'll pick up where I left off. I've got the timing assembly on, torqued, everything's in place. I was going to shoot a video trying to show the installation of that, but it was impossible, one-handed, you know, lining everything up and holding the camera positioned properly. This engine had the reluctor ring on it, which it doesn't need it because this is not a fuel injected ECU type setup, but I'm gonna leave it on there because it's not hurting anything and the dampener will hold it in place. So anyway, long story short, I'm gonna just move up here. I've got the new roller lifters installed. They're lubed really well. I'm not going to go into detail. I mean, it's just obvious engine building. This Spider it was in excellent condition. A lot of times when you pull these engines apart, these engines will collect moisture in here, and these will be rusted or pitted, and a lot of times I'll replace them, but this one was excellent. So it's in place, torqued in. All the push rods were excellent except for one, and it must have been you know, the one that created the havoc. So, and basically I just do a simple roll test on every one of them like that, and I mean every one of them were flawless. They were perfect. So I built the entire engine, saved that one over there, and everything's in place. These were clean enough. I could have just bolted them back on the block, I mean the heads, and been able to, and would have been fine. But I disassembled everything and gave it a good rinse, and you know, that's just old oil right there. But the cool thing is there's almost no debris in there at all, and that's an excellent indication that, you know, there was no metal in the engine, which I know there wasn't. But long story short, it would have been a mistake to have just bolted those on there, or it would have been a risk to have just bolted those on there, because you might have introduced contamination back into the brand new engine. So I'm going to see if I can get a little bit of a, you see the porting, just very minimalist porting. It's amazing. Again, like I said earlier, I was expecting more, but I had the gasket up here and I took some photos of the gasket in place because it's impossible to hold it and video it. So to show that, you know, the port work. So anyway, these are torqued up 40 foot-pounds except for these two here, because Monday morning I'll get a new push rod for that one. And I know the first question the client would probably have would, well, why don't we just replace all of them? And the answer is because it does not need it. They are flawless. They look practically brand new, or they do look brand new, except for just that one where it had a sticky exhaust valve probably, and no, it would have been an intake. So anyway, so that's the only thing it needs. The long block is finished. Heads are torqued, of course, and we're ready for the intake and the carb. I got, you know, the oil pump to put on and stuff like that. We need to start talking about the oil pan as well. You know, what we want to do there. So we're kind of at a point where we need to order a lot of parts, and I can, you know, put the timing cover on the front and get the circulating water pump. There's things I can be doing, but we're at a point where we need the remaining build parts. So I think I'm going to end the video there. Show the bent push rod, and that should be it. She's ready to finish up. Thanks guys, appreciate you watching.